Good day everyone. Our topic for today is about the characteristics of digital and non-digital resources. Now let's talk about digital resources. So, what is digital resources? Digital resources can be defined as materials that have been conceived and created digitally. So, digital resources or tools are electronic tools, system, devices, and resources that generate, store, or process data. Digital tools are programs, websites, or any online resources that can make tasks easier to complete. So, digital resources and tools encompass a wide range of electronic resources and software applications that facilitate various tasks, activities, or processes in both personal and professional contexts. These tools leverage digital technologies to enhance productivity, creativity, communication, and collaboration. So overall, digital resources and tools play a vital role in modern life, empowering individuals, businesses, educators, and organizations to work more efficiently, communicate effectively, and access a wealth of information and opportunities in digital age. So we have here some example of digital resources. The first one is social media. So social media can be used in elementary education to enhance learning experiences, foster communication, and promote collaboration among students, teachers, and parents. So kalimitan ngayon, ginagamit na ng teachers yung social media para makipag-communicate dun sa parents ng mga bata para isend yung kanilang gagawin. Like for example is yung module nila since sobrang katulad nitong mga nakaraang araw na sobrang init ng panahon kaya ang pasok ng mga bata minsan ay 2 days lang tapos minsan naman ay half day lang kaya yung teacher ginagawa nila is nakikipag-communicate na lang sila dun sa parents ng mga bata para ma-send sa kanila yung mga gawain ng mga bata para sa ganon kahit wala sila sa school ay nakakapaggawa pa rin sila ng kanilang mga gawain. So, next is online games. So, example is yung quizzes. Kung saan nagpapa-quiz dun si teacher na meron siyang ranking kung sino yung pinakamataas ang score. And then, meron din siyang, nagiging engaging siya kasi pwede siyang lagyan ng sounds. O kaya, pwede mo siyang pagbasahin ng kusa. So, the third one is multimedia. So, the use of multimedia in elementary education aims to enhance instruction, engage students, and facilitate deeper understanding of concepts across different subjects. And the fourth one is the mobile phones. So, mobile phones are increasingly being integrated into educational settings to enhance learning experiences for students at all levels, including elementary education. Next is the characteristics of digital resources. So, these are the characteristics of digital resources according to Posada Prieto 2012. So, number 1 is interactive. Can engage learners and motivate them. So, dito pwede si teachers magpapanood sa bata ng isang video kung saan, isang sayaw ng video kung saan pwede itong gayahin ng mga kanyang mga students bago mag-start yung klase para ma-energize yung mga bata at mas ganahan pa sila na mag-intindi sa klase. So, number 2 is accessibility. So, Prieto 2012 suggests 3 levels of accessibility. Letter A is generate for students with special needs. B, functional for all students. And C, technological so that no special technology is needed to access them. So, accessibility is the design and implementation of products, services, environments, or digital resources in a way that ensures they can be accessed and used by individuals with diverse abilities, including those with disabilities. Accessibility aims to remove barriers and create inclusive experiences that enable all users to fully participate, interact, and engage with the content of functionality, regardless of their physical, sensory, or cognitive capabilities. Number 3 is flexibility. So, resources must be accessible in different contexts in classroom, online, offline, and etc. So, flexibility is the ability of a system, process, or resources to adapt, adjust, or accommodate changes, variations, or different needs and circumstances. In various contexts, flexibility plays a crucial role in enabling efficiency, resilience, and responsiveness to dynamic situations. The fourth one is the divisibility. So teachers must be able to divide content, assess its effectiveness, be able to reuse it. So by integrating the divisibility concepts into digital resources for elementary students, educators can provide interactive and engaging learning experiences that help students develop essential mathematical skills and concepts. So these digital resources can support classroom instruction, provide additional practice opportunities, and cater to diverse learning styles and preferences. And the last one is the portability. Digital resources must be portable to increase students' interactions with them. So portability enhances students' interaction with digital resources by making learning more accessible, flexible, and engaging. So by leveraging portable digital resources, educators can create dynamic and adaptability learning environments that cater to the diverse needs and preferences of students, ultimately fostering deeper learning and improved outcomes. So here are some examples of digital learning resources or tools. Number one is graphics, image, or photos. So pag may tinuturo ang teacher na halimbawa is isang lugar, so mas nagiging effective yung pagtuturo niya kapag nagpapakita siya ng isang, kung alin yung tinuturo niyang lugar ay pinapakita niya sa mga bata. Nang sa ganon ay mas naiintindihan ng mga bata kung alin ba yung lugar na tinutukoy ng teacher. Number 2 is audio or video. So kalimitan nagpapakita or nagpapapanood ang teacher ng isang video para mas lubos na maunawaan ng bata yung dinidiscuss ng teacher. And then PPT presentation. So, kalimitan ngayon, ang gamit na ng mga teacher is PPT dahil na din sa technology. So, sa ganitong paraan, mas nagiging madali yung pagtuturo ng teacher and then mas nagiging engaging din siya sa mga bata or nagiging mas nai-intrigue yung mga bata na mag-intindi sa klase. And then, number 4 is simultaneous. And number 5 is animations. And number 6 is prepared or program learning modules. Yung teacher is nagpe-prepare na siya ng module na ibinibigay sa mga bata para sagutan nila ito. So here are some advantages of digital resources. Number 1, create a varied learning experience. Number 2, it is flexible. Number 3, more accurate and comprehensive material can be accessed. Number 4, teaching changes from teaching facts to applying concepts. Number 5, increase in classroom experience. Number 6, classroom no longer a default knowledge delivery system. So, kung before, basta lecture lang yung ginagawa ng teacher, kung saan mas marami mga bata na inaantok lang sa klase kasi hindi naman nila nakikita yung tinutukoy ng teacher. Kalimitan sa kanila is nagbabasa lang sa libro. Pero ngayon, dahil sa digital resources, mas nagiging napapa-improve na yung pag-aaral ng mga bata kung saan mas marami ng pwedeng magawa si teacher at marami nang pwedeng matutunan yung mga bata, nagiging engaging na din sila sa klase dahil din sa mga for example is yung nabibigay na halimbawa ng teacher or yung mga larawan na pinapakita niya para mas ma-explain niya sa mga bata yung kanyang tinuturo. Yan lang po. Thank you.